You can give her everything society claims matters: flowers, vacations, unwavering support, solutions to her problems, the whole world laid at her feet. Yet none of it guarantees her loyalty. None of it secures her heart. None of it anchors her soul. Why? Because loyalty isn't a transaction. Women don't commit to generosity, nor to good intentions, nor to the mountains you move for them. They are loyal to one thing alone: how you make them feel. Not occasionally, not when it's convenient, but consistently, relentlessly, deep in her emotional core. That's the uncomfortable truth many avoid until it's too late. You can be the perfect provider, the protector, the dream man on paper, checking every box, and still watch her walk away as if none of it ever mattered. You can bend over backward, always be there, always forgive, always fix, and still be left for the man who did none of that but made her feel something undeniable. Logic doesn't dictate her loyalty, emotional intensity does. If your presence stops making her feel alive, seen, desired, or genuinely excited, she will drift. Maybe not physically at first, but emotionally, she's already gone. This is why devotion can't be bought. It's why the man who gives the world often watches it walk away, while the man who ignites her spirit, even with less, keeps it. Stability and comfort alone are not enough to secure her heart, they can even become a cage. Her loyalty isn't earned through logical reasoning or a tally of your deeds. It flows towards the consistent feeling you generate within her, the resonance that makes her feel truly seen, deeply desired, and vibrantly alive. If that feeling fades, her connection inevitably drifts, regardless of your practical contributions. She may crave safety, but she stays for the spark, the intrigue, the emotional electricity that makes her pulse quicken and her world feel larger. A predictable provider, offering unwavering security, often loses to the man who offers less materially but ignites more internally, simply because he consistently makes her feel intensely. This isn't about women wanting chaos or mistreatment, it's about the undeniable pull of emotional intensity, the addictive high sparked by confidence, presence, and raw, grounded masculine energy. This energy creates excitement, unpredictability, and a sense of growth that comfortable stability often lacks. If your kindness feels passive, if your reliability lacks depth or an edge of authentic masculine strength, she may feel secure but emotionally adrift. Her soul isn't loyal to safety nets, it's loyal to the fire within. She measures the relationship not by the problems you solve, but by how profoundly you move her, how consistently you make her feel exhilarated, challenged, and desired in her core. Logic provides a safe harbor, but it's the emotional storm, the butterflies, the longing, the feeling of being utterly captivated, that truly anchors her loyalty. Calm waters don't create devotion, the feeling of being truly alive does. The belief that relentless effort earns love is the nice guy's fatal trap. You bend backwards, sacrifice your time, silence your needs, and prioritize her comfort above all, convinced this mountain of giving will cement her loyalty. But actions born from fear, fear of losing her, fear of conflict, fear of being alone, emit a subtle energy of insecurity that repels genuine attraction. She doesn't feel cherished by this overcompensation, she feels smothered by its underlying neediness. This isn't generosity, it's emotional bargaining. You become the servant, not the sovereign. She instinctively senses when your favors, constant texting, or instant forgiveness stem not from abundance, but from a desperate attempt to lock her down or prove your worth. This flips the dynamic: instead of radiating strength, you signal dependence on her validation. The irony? The harder you work to keep her through deeds alone, the faster she questions your value. Why are you so eager? Why so available? Why no standards? This predictability breeds boredom, not devotion. She might accept the help, enjoy the gifts, even appreciate the stability, but emotionally, she disengages. Respect erodes. She doesn't crave a caretaker, she craves a man grounded in his own purpose and self-respect. Overgiving from insecurity doesn't build connection, it builds resentment, yours for feeling unappreciated, hers for feeling suffocated by unspoken debts. True giving flows freely from strength, not from the trembling hope it will be enough to make her stay. When your value hinges on what you do for her, rather than who you are without her, you've already handed her the reins to your worth. Your labor, sacrifices, and favors are not what secure her loyalty. She anchors herself to your energy, the unshakable presence you embody. Emotional polarity thrives when you stand centered in your masculine essence, calm, purposeful, and rooted in self-respect. This isn't about dominance or control, it's about sovereignty. She feels devotion not for what you do, but for who you are when you're fully alive in your own skin, unapologetic, undivided, and untethered to her approval. The man who leads with quiet strength, who holds his frame without flinching, becomes her emotional compass. He doesn't chase, he attracts. He doesn't beg for attention, he commands it through his focus on his mission. This grounded energy creates safety and excitement, a paradox that electrifies her. She craves the stability of your inner resolve coupled with the thrill of your unwavering direction. When you prioritize your purpose over performance, she senses you cannot be manipulated, bought, or diminished by her moods. This is magnetic. It whispers, "I am complete with or without you." And that's where true power lives. Your consistency isn't in always being available, it's in always being aligned. She stays loyal to the man whose core remains unbroken, not because he gives her everything, but because his very presence makes her feel everything. She doesn't need a hero who solves problems, she longs for the pillar who remains standing, storm after storm, simply by embodying his truth. That energy is irreplaceable. Predictability is the silent killer of desire. When every gesture, response, and mood becomes foreseeable, her emotional engagement flatlines. Comfort zones, while safe, often feel like stagnant ponds, lacking the current that makes her feel truly awake. She craves the spark of tension, the crackle of mystery, the unexpected depth that keeps her guessing and growing. This isn't about chaos, it's about the vital energy of emotional waves. The man laser-focused on his own purpose, driven by his mission, not her reactions, naturally generates this current. He doesn't orchestrate drama, he is the drama, through his unwavering direction, his calm intensity, his refusal to be swayed by every passing mood. This creates intrigue. Why? Because he becomes an unfolding story, not a solved puzzle. His energy isn't diluted by constant reassurance seeking or over-explaining, it's concentrated, potent. This focused presence, calm yet charged, ignites the emotional waves she finds addictive, the thrill of anticipation, the pull of uncertainty, the resonance of his unspoken strength. She thinks about him, craves his vibe, feels butterflies not because he showers her with predictable affection, but because his inner fire warms her from a distance. This emotional resonance creates memories, fuels longing, and builds a loyalty rooted in feeling, not obligation. Gifts and favors offer temporary comfort, emotional waves offer an experience. It's the difference between hearing about the ocean and being swept by its tide. She stays loyal not to the man who placates her boredom, but to the one whose very essence makes her feel vibrantly, irresistibly alive in the unpredictable current of connection. Devotion thrives where the water moves. Loyalty deepens not through concessions, but through unwavering self-respect. The moment you sacrifice your boundaries, opinions, or dignity to appease her or avoid conflict, you erode the foundation of her respect, and respect is the bedrock of lasting devotion. The man she stays fiercely loyal to is the one who holds his frame unapologetically. He doesn't contort himself to fit her shifting moods or demands. He listens with calm presence but doesn't absorb her chaos as his own. He understands her storms without becoming collateral damage. He is the unwavering rock, not rigid, but anchored, in her emotional tides. This grounded sovereignty means he refuses to negotiate his core worth. If disrespected, undervalued, or taken for granted, he doesn't plead or bargain, he calmly communicates his standard, and if unmet, he walks away. This isn't manipulation, it's profound self-honor. It signals that his energy, time, and commitment are non-negotiable currencies. She doesn't feel controlled by this strength, she feels safe within it. His consistency isn't found in never upsetting her, but in never betraying himself. He remains emotionally sovereign, unshaken by tests, immune to guilt trips, focused on his purpose regardless of her reactions. This creates a magnetic paradox: the less he needs her validation, the more intensely she values his presence. His willingness to let go, if necessary, is what makes her truly fight to hold on. Her deepest loyalty isn't won by always staying, it's forged by the man who proves, through unyielding self-respect, that he will only stay where his value is mirrored. Fear loses her. Uncompromising authenticity keeps her. Stop trading your worth for crumbs of validation. Loyalty isn't a transaction secured by favors, gifts, or relentless attention, it's the organic result of who you become. Rewiring this connection starts within. Cultivate unshakable self-worth that exists independent of her approval or presence. Your power lies not in frantic effort, but in deep alignment with your purpose, values, and inherent strength. Let your presence, your calm, focused energy, do the heavy lifting, not your sacrifices. Replace the noise of constant reassurance with the potency of your silence. Let your unwavering direction speak louder than desperate explanations. She doesn't need another problem solver, she needs to feel the gravitational pull of a man rooted in his own truth. When you stand tall in your sovereignty, centered, driven, emotionally whole, you create an irresistible space. Within that space, her loyalty grows naturally, not from obligation, but from resonance. She feels safe within your strength, exhilarated by your calm intensity, captivated by the mystery of a man focused on his own horizon. This shift dismantles the old paradigm: you no longer win her by working harder, you inspire her devotion by embodying more. Stop confusing attention with value. Stop believing love is earned through self-erasure. Anchor yourself so deeply in your being, your mission, your self-respect, your unapologetic essence, that she experiences a profound truth: being near you makes her feel vibrantly, uniquely alive. That feeling, born from your unwavering core, is what no competitor can replicate. It's not about keeping her, it's about becoming the man she never wants to leave. Rewrite the code. Start within. If you're enjoying this video, hit that subscribe button and join us for more powerful insights.